I'm back. Literally, I'm back from that holiday from wonderfulness at Madeira, which hopefully you enjoyed all the vlogs and all the photos. It seems like people did. Um, like I said in the vlogs, I don't think it could have been a more idyllic conditions and situation. It felt super safe. There was no COVID on the island, really. And God, I spent way too much money. That's all I can say. It wasn't particularly expensive, but you're out, you're away, you're on holiday. You're gonna go out for meals. You're not gonna cook because you don't have a kitchen, and you're not gonna just get sandwiches or something night and day, or take a picnic to the beach or something. You're going to go and have a nice meal at the end of the day and things like that, and spend money on alcohol, which is basically what I did. But I'm back. It's grey and rainy here in Glasgow. I will try to show you. Which is, what you expect at this time of year, really. It's almost November, and weather's quite shit. It's been quite chilly. I need to go out and do some steps, but I'm not doing a lot of steps because I don't want to get soaked, and it's cold. I'm just not feeling it. I'm fat right now. Put on weight when I was on my holidays. Strangely enough, since I got back, my weight hasn't gone up or down. It's been exactly the same now for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days in a row. Exactly the same. And it's 2 kilos heavier than before I went on holiday. And I was about 3 kilos heavier than where I should have been because I'd not worked for such a long time. Good news today. Nicola Sturgeon announced what the tiers are going to be in Scotland. Ooh. And luckily yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago, she announced that the tier 3 bars, restaurants, not selling alcohol is literally, it wasn't cafes without a license could be open till 6, but it could be bars and restaurants that serve food. They can also be open till 6, as long as they're not selling alcohol, which means, at least I hoped it mean, I'd be back at work next week. And then she confirmed that we're in tier 3. Today, there's nobody in tier 4, which is the worst tier, and the only tier where nobody bar or restaurant could operate, and shops shut, and all kinds of shit happens. And nobody's in that tier. So I almost immediately got a message from my manager that we are going to be open next week. So I don't know the rota or how. Obviously we're only allowed to open till 6 o'clock at night, and everyone has to be out of the building at 6 o'clock. So we're talking about lunch trade, which is not exactly a lucrative trade, especially no booze. But of course, during lunchtime, I gotta say, a lot of people don't even order booze anyway. I find when I do a lunch shift, a lot of times nobody has any alcohol anyway. It's just refillable sodas and things. So for us particularly, we're going to lose a lot because we're not able to open in the evening and not sell booze, but the booze sales during the day are not usually that high, except maybe on the weekends, and even then not usually that high. So I will find out when I'm working next week, and obviously I'm still going to be getting some sort of furlough pay, which changes next week. I think the government pays 67% of our wage. So I'm glad I'm back at work next week, because God knows my income is going to go down even further. Which you don't think it could get that much worse. Also, to complicate matters, when I was on furlough before, I qualified for universal credit, which is like if you're not making enough money, which I wasn't on the furlough scheme, the government will give you extra money based on your income. However, they have an arbitrary month period. I think mine is like the 8th of the month to the 7th of the next month. And during that period, they look at how much you've earned, and based on that, and based on their calculations, they give you some top-up money. Except, because I'm paid fortnightly, not monthly, occasionally I get paid 3 times in that period. In that strange monthly period, sometimes I get paid three times. And in fact, last month when I was making no money, I'm on a 3-time getting paid period, which means I won't receive any government help. Now, my bills don't know anything about that. My monthly bills, they don't know that I got paid 3 shitty pays in one arbitrary monthly period that the government foisted upon me when I called up to claim. So it's pretty grim. I had thought initially I would be getting money this month from the government, which was going to help me, but I'm not. I'm sure I'm going to actually call and complain and see if it makes any difference. I'm still trying to get, I petitioned them to reassess when my claim started because I claimed later than what I should, because if you recall, months ago I didn't know what was going on with my pay. It didn't seem to be correct, and so I didn't want to file any claims to the government, thinking I might owe them money if I misclaimed or something, but it didn't work like that. I didn't know it. And they said they would review the case and get back to me. And they told me that at the beginning of August. It's now November. So I'm still waiting to hear back on that. And I've called them several times and they say, oh yes, we have this. Our department that deals with that will be in touch when they get a chance to look at it. So fuck knows. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the next few weeks they'll get in touch with me about that and I'll get some money. That would be great. But it looks like now that that my credit card bills will be due next month, when I've had absolutely no income for a month, that a lot of my savings are going to disappear very rapidly. So I really hope lots of people come out for lunch next week, and I'm very generous to their server. That's all I can say about it. I'm pretty sure I will only have part-time hours, and so it's still going to be pretty grim here. But other than that, I'm just happy to get back to work and see people again, and I'll be able to show off my tan, which you can't really see in this light, but I've got quite a good tan. Anyway, let's see, what else to say? I don't think there's much else to say than that. I still have the hole in my ceiling. I still have flies. Not lots of flies, but some dead ones. I noticed them last night. I don't know, but it's being followed up. I wasn't here, so if they wanted to come into my house to repair the ceiling, I think it would have been pretty difficult for them because I wasn't here to be here to have that happen. So anyway, in the meantime, not sure how long all this shit's gonna go on. It's pretty depressing and annoying, but at least it looks like I'll be back to work next week, and I'll get to have some semblance of a life, and maybe within the next month or so I'll actually be able to have a pint in a pub again. Who knows? In the meantime, I'm drinking plenty anyway in the house. Don't worry about that. So mask up. Stay the fuck away from me. Definitely don't touch me. Don't touch anything. And wash those damn hands.